Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the super producer Joel Holt.
Boy,
What's happening?
What's going on, my guy? We got a lot to get into. I got to tell you guys an interesting take that I have on what the Chicago Bears have been able to pull off over the last couple of years. The Chicago Bears have built a Kansas City Chiefs situation here in Chicago. Everybody clap it up for King Pole. So we got to break that down. Also, got to look at, listen, there's some interesting duos, wide receiver combos, tight end combos, weaponry in the NFC North. Where does the Chicago Bears weaponry rank in the NFC North and the Friday free-for-all? Free-for-all.
That's a good one.
All that
like
and more. On today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you get signed up over on the Patreon side. Don't know if you guys saw the latest update. I was up till 1 a.m. trying to talk with YouTube support to fight to keep the channel here and just figure out what have we done wrong. And the message they sent back was, we can't tell you what you did wrong, but fix it. So we will be heading to Patreon starting Monday. Link is in the description below. Link is also on the community tab. Tune in with us over there. It's also on my Twitter. A bunch of places you can find it. So tune in with us over there. Yeah, that was my morning. And if I'm a little tired, dog, is because I literally was like, bro, we gotta one last time, one last effort to keep the show here. Yeah. And they just like, yeah, we don't know. We'll know what you did. We really don't know what's going on. But just make sure that you stay in line with with compliance and get back over here. I don't know, man. But let's start off today's episode breaking down what the Bears have actually kind of built up here, what the Chicago Bears have put themselves in a position to do, and why this team is set up for success if they can do this the right way. When you look at the quarterback position that you're in right now, whether it's Justin Fields, whether it's Caleb Williams, whether it's Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, name the quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, whether it's J.J. McCarthy, no quarterback in the NFL probably over the last 15 to 20 years outside of Patrick Mahomes has started off his career with weaponry like this.
Yeah.
You've got a legitimate 2 number 1 receivers now at 1A, 1B on your team.
Yeah.
You've got a twin tight end set that I believe that Shane Waldron is going to love using in Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett.
Yep.
You've got a running back in DeAndre Swift to overpay. Man, yeah, in my book, a little bit of an overpay, $7 million, a little expensive for a back. But guess what? He's a 1,000-yard back, and he's going to be able to go out there, catch passes. His life is going to be made easy. You're adding potentially young offensive linemen. You've got your starting center locked up. You feel like the offensive line is in a better position with Darnell Wright on that right side. Can't forget that we just added him. You've got a defense that takes the football away at one of the highest rates in the NFL interception-wise.
Come on.
You've literally got everything set up for you to have an amazing future here in Chicago. And I'm sorry, I love Justin Fields. I want Justin Fields to be here. This would be a great team for Justin Fields to play with. But it does make sense if you say, I'm going to go out and get the next Pat Mahomes to put in this situation. Now, do I believe that Caleb Williams is the next Pat Mahomes? No, I don't know if I'm there yet. Right? Maybe he's the next Kyler Murray. But Kyler Murray didn't come into this situation.
Why can't he just be Caleb Williams?
Well, the first Caleb Williams will be nice, but I think there's always the comparison. And I think that when you look at what teams are coming into, what quarterbacks have come into, look at who Bryce Young was throwing to last year. He's the number 1 overall pick last year. Let's look at the comparison. Look at what Bryce Young was coming into last year.
Yeah.
Bryce Young's best receiver was one-hipped Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, you need 2 to play wide receiver. That was his best wide receiver on the roster. You know why? Because they got rid of his best wide receiver. His best help at the running game, Chuba Hubbard. Big Chuba guy? You a Chuba guy?
No, I'm not.
I'm not a Chuba guy.
I'm Bubblicious.
Yeah. Excuse me? What you just say?
Bubblicious. What?
That felt wrong. That felt wrong. I'm flagging early on that one. That felt wrong. Bubblicious guy?
100 in the chat, by the way.
Oh, 100 in the chat. Shout out to y'all. That felt wrong.
That was not.
That felt wrong.
Matter of fact, I'm challenging that.
We challenging it early. We challenging it. Okay, all right. We got an early challenge.
I'm trying to make a
here.
joke, and then you trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm supporting you. You know what I'm saying? And you knock me down.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Did you not see Ringo yesterday with that bad take on that? What'd you think? This was a supportive show? Ringo was dying yesterday. But no, like honestly, I really feel like when you look at the Chicago Bears right now, I'd be fine with Justin Fields being the quarterback of this team moving forward. I'd be fine with you picking up Justin Fields' fifth option because you know what? Now is an opportunity for Justin Fields to develop as a player. But if Ryan Poles deems that Caleb Williams is what Caleb Williams is, I'd be fine with you going out and getting Caleb Williams because now I see the scenario where a young quarterback can develop.
Mm-hmm.
We have finally built the scenario we've been talking about all offseason. We have built the Kansas City Chiefs situation that allows a quarterback to come in and be able to sit down and go, okay, what do I need to do? You need to find a way to get the football to, and you think about Pat Mahomes' situation, to Tyreek Hill. You also had Kareem Hunt, who was on that team. You had Travis Kelce, who was on that team, an offensive line that was established because Alex Smith was not mobile. So you had a pretty good offensive line that first year in there. You had options. You had not Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Who was there too? Sammy Watkins was opposite of Tyreek Stevens. You had dogs on that team. The Bears finally have dogs, real dogs.
Yeah.
And I think that they've finally gone out and absolutely put together a Kansas City Chiefs situation that if you keep Justin, let's go. Let's roll with it. You hit the ground running. You better go out and win 11 to 12 games. If you get Caleb, let's go. Yeah. You got to hit the ground running as well. There's a better opportunity for you. I need 9 to 10 out of you. Yeah, maybe 8 to 9. I'll take 8 to 9. You got to win more than you lose. Got to win more than you lose. That's all it is. Well, no, I guess 9 to 10 because it's 17 games now. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, Pat. You made me want to testify right now. I mean, I'm getting this.
Before you let my love away. I testify.
I'm starting to get those spirits. You know what I'm saying?
You accuse me. Oh, we don't want to get canceled again. They already mad at us. Like,
yeah, stop singing other people's songs.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Common.
No, I think that what I like is this is all we wanted. You build a team, support the team, have an offense, have all the things that you just said. I mean, I can't reiterate what you just said, or you said it so well. So I'm just excited that this feels great that they can pivot. I said earlier, I feel like we're trading off if we keep Justin.
Yeah.
We could do what I would like is to build that line.
Build the entire lineup.
If we get Caleb, it's like, well, now we might have a true talented guy that can thrive, which would be the first guy maybe since Andrew Luck to inherit a team as a rookie that actually has weapons. So you're still winning either way. And so it's like, I can't wait to see what, and all these moves that's been done, we still don't know what Poles is going to do.
I think
we got some more time to go.
Dog, that's the best part about this. Like I said this before, and Calvin made a very concerning gesture. But Ryan Poles has the NFL by the balls because there's still options.
Yeah.
Right? Like in some people's mind, the Justin Fields deal is done. He's out of Chicago. In some people's mind, the Bears are trading back the pick no matter what. Justin's staying in Chicago. But nobody knows what Ryan Poles is going to do. Nobody called Keenan Allen. Nobody said the Chicago Bears were in on Keenan Allen. Mm-hmm. Nobody said the Chicago Bears are looking to trade for Keenan Allen. That came out of nowhere.
Correct.
But when an opportunity opened itself up, Ryan Poles went and pounced on it. And he's probably been monitoring that the entire time because he knew what that team was going to have to do. The Chargers cap situation wasn't a surprise. You come into the Chargers offseason knowing y'all going to have to figure out how you're going to pay somebody because you got to get rid of a bunch of people.
First of all, Jay Grizz, this is one of my favorite all-time hip-hop tracks, period. Like, I will jump, ask some of my folks, I will jump through the dang room when Annie Up comes on.
Yeah.
It's one of my cuts. I love that song.
You just had to point that out real quick.
Annie Up. Yeah, man, check that fool.
Nah, but it's Friday. It's Friday. It's a good day.
Kidnap that fool.
It's a good day. It's Friday. So aggressive. So freaking aggressive.
Oh, that is my joint.
I think now the biggest thing that the Bears need to figure out is what they want to do with that 9th overall pick, though, because I'll say this. Realistically, I love the scenario that you put forth where the Bears trade back. They take the Giants pick. They go get Joe Alt. You trade back from 9. You also go get Jackson Powers. I love that scenario. I think you build out the line. You do a perfect job. Justin Fields has nothing to worry about, and he's standing behind there. And whoever the quarterback is moving forward, if Justin Fields isn't the answer, walks into an amazing situation. But realistically speaking, I think if you move back, it's going to be ridiculously tough for you to move on past MHJ.
That's somewhere else.
That's what the world was that? You got people falling down the stairs up in this month?
I mean,
I think it makes it ridiculously tough for you to move past MHJ because now you're also going to get that high level, amazing wide receiver.
We don't need him.
I mean, listen, that's how the modern NFL is, though, dog. It's all about getting as many weapons as possible.
Yeah, but when you got a line, you can sit back there and make some. I think you can make some moves. The point is that either one of these quarterbacks, if it's Caleb Williams or Justin Fields, they can extend plays.
Yeah.
So the whole point is like with having an offensive line. Like I like Laura Crimson's comment and like the trade down from the Giants and that's Dexter Lawrence alt 6. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. If we trade back and keep Fields, that way you can do it. I don't necessarily. If I go to 1, you still got to get a quarterback.
Right.
So there's no way this works unless you get Caleb Williams, or if you keep Fields, you keep Fields, and then you could do something like that move right there where it nets you a left tackle at 6, where you're guaranteed at 6. At 9, it's the best possible available player at that time.
Here's what's funny about this whole thing, though, to me. Honestly, I don't care who's the quarterback now.
Yeah.
I want the talent.
Yeah.
I want a guy that can come in and play.
Yeah.
I want a guy that can develop. I want a guy that is going to have the highest ceiling. But I don't care who the quarterback is now, because I think you could have put most of the players who went in that 2018 draft behind what Kansas City built, and they'd have been pretty good quarterbacks.
I think so.
I think Mitch probably comes in, and maybe he's got to sit a little bit longer behind Alex Smith. But do we think he can't become a competent quarterback with Andy Reid teaching him things?
Yeah.
And with the weaponry that was there?
You have a Hall of Fame tight end and one of the fastest receivers in the game.
It makes a difference.
Pretty good defense. And but for the record, Mitch made it to the playoffs. Now some of that's on Mitch, some of that's on Nagy, where it's like the offensive play calling, because it's like what we saw, especially out of Nagy, like that first game, for example, they got real creative. Remember, they did like a T formation, or they did some symbolic stuff.
He's trying to be he ingratiated us all.
Yeah, and that was cool. Khalil Mack single-handedly destroyed the Packers for 3.5 quarters.
Yeah, and then Aaron Rodgers came back
on one leg.
That was tough.
But there's the Tampa Bay game with Mitch where he went off. I think he had like 5 or 6 touchdowns. Like there were highlights.
Man coverage.
Huh?
Man coverage.
Man coverage. The point is
every time by the way, over 200 in the chat. Every time Mitch would just cook somebody, like Detroit played man coverage on Mitch for 4 years, and he lit them up every time.
But I'm just saying that there were moments that they made it to the playoffs. A good defense, decent offensive running game, because what was it, Jordan Howard? They had a 1-2 punch with Howard and the little guy Tariq Cohen. Yeah. Our receivers were Alshon.
No. Our receivers were Allen Robinson,
sorry.
And
the tight end from the Eagles.
Trey Burton.
Yeah, Burtonson.
No, Trey Burton. Burtonson, Jackson, Johnson.
But the idea was that team was good, but it's just disappointing because it only lasted practically a year.
Yeah. And
the way that the team was constructed, it wasn't built for long-term success. Now, does that mean with getting our new guy?
Oh, you did have Zach Miller on that team as well. Yeah, that's true.
Zach Miller.
Remember the dude that messed his leg up? Yeah.
I thought he already broke his leg before that.
He was with Mitch.
He was Mitch before that. He wasn't there when Trey got there. He was not there.
He was with Mitch when Trey got there.
That was almost a career-ending injury. He was done.
Yeah, but that wasn't. He was.
You know what? You could be right.
I think that was the playoff year.
No,
No, maybe a year after the playoff year.
Pat, you got it. I'm
Yeah,
not even gonna fight you, dog.
I know.
You can look it up.
Yeah. Your coat fell. Pick it up. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that from all the way over here. Yeah, get that. No, but it's just it's a situation now where like I look at the quarterbacks that are in. Right, listen,
Anthony Miller. Yeah, that's the one. Dropping all the passes.
Tom Brady. If he doesn't go to the Patriots, it may not work the same way. Right? You look at how history works out, right? If Eli Manning's not on the Giants, he probably doesn't have 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah. I mean, you need a team.
If Peyton Manning isn't on the Colts, yeah, I mean, and they're not as patient with him as they are, and start to build that thing up around him, he probably don't. You're probably not in that situation. Like,
well,
it all goes into. My point is, when you're sitting there talking about the development of players, you have some guys that can transcend what it takes for normal players to develop. And then you have situations like what we saw with Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy on the Bears is not good.
No, he can't overcome that adversity.
He's not going to overcome it. He's not going to overcome somebody hitting him in the face every third play. There are very few players that can do something like that.
How about this, Pat? How about this, though? The fact that you just made me think, just tingling in my brain here.
Oh, God.
Peyton Manning was the number 1 pick, right? Yes. He commanded the respect for them to build around him.
Yes.
Right? And maybe this is one of those situations where Poles like, Fields, I'm sorry, I love you. It ain't gonna work. I'm not paying you 40-something million in 2 years or whatever. Right. But I'm building. This is how I would build my team for my next quarterback coming in, because he commands and deserves that type of respect. Right. He's going to be the number 1 pick, and we don't want him to fail because we can't afford to blow the number 1 pick.
Right.
We can't afford for him to be a bust. So we're going to give him the weapons that we need.
Yeah. I think it's a possibility. And listen, I think when you look at Caleb Williams, and I try to look at this thing objectively. I know people just think, oh, it's all Justin Fields all the time, which that was the funniest thing about last night. I posted the video on the Bears. My first scenario I lay out is why this works for Caleb Williams.
Jesus, Fields will not be on.
And then my next 2 scenarios were,
oh, that's a good one.
You know, why maybe the Bears could go a different route. They could go with an undrafted, or they could go with another quarterback. They can go with Justin Fields. And literally all people heard was, Pat's in on Justin Fields still. Here we go. I was like, I laid out multiple scenarios. For me, on the flip side of this, Caleb Williams coming here now has more intrigue because Caleb Williams doesn't have to step on the field and be the best player day one.
Jay Sanders, why are you hating, dog? Also, shout out to Henry Wallace Ghost. I just peeped that. I didn't realize who his I love you too, Lord Crimson. A big ups to Henry Wallace. I know about Henry Wallace a little bit. That's a pretty good interesting person in history to know if you learned about him.
We gotta stop letting y'all drink before the show.
I'm just saying. What are you talking about?
That attention span is gone.
No, it's not. Man.
It's like Henry Wallace Ghost. What?
No, I just saw that. I was like, I'm like, yo, I know who that is. I'm like, oh, okay. Shout out to him. Anyway, continue.
But no, I'm just my whole point is that I just look at this over 300 in the chat. I look at the situation the Bears are in right now, and I truly believe that it's a team that can finally listen. If you don't develop a quarterback this time, you're cursed.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, offensive line play looks better. Yeah. Running game looks better. You got multiple weapons. You got
it's marginally improved offensive line. It hasn't. We haven't got
the fact that here's the thing. In your perfect scenario, Nate Davis. What's the new center we got? Connor Sutton.
Wait. I have it right here.
Oh, yeah. Let's pull the roster up there. Let's pull that roster up there.
Bam.
There it is. Coleman Shelton. We were totally wrong. In your current situation right now, you got Tevin Jenkins, Coleman Shelton, Nate Davis, and Darnell Wright, and then Braxton Jones at your left tackle. If everybody is healthy, that's not bad.
It's an average line, and we still need the fact that hopefully the center can just hike the ball and it doesn't like mess up everything is like a good thing. So I personally would still like to see an improvement at that left side. I mean, I know Braxton's cool, but
I'm with you. I think you need to get better at left tackle. I think you need to get better at center.
And I'm okay with the center for now.
Yeah.
Because to me, what that says to me is that there's going to be a developmental player later in the draft for them to grab that can, they can develop.
Oh yeah,
over time.
Put that graphic back up.
What happened?
Let me grab it back up. Hold on now.
Did I miss something? What I miss?
Oh boy. Oh wow.
Wait. No.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh boy.
No, that's the wrong one. It's the wrong one.
Oh boy. We got no Keenan Allen on that graphic.
Wait, I got it. Oh, you know why?
Because we wiped the computer today.
No. I sorry, Breeze Nation. Don't have a connection.
We wiped the entire computer today to try and figure out. By the way, is the echo going? Let us know.
How's
the audio sound of the pod? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review, man. Y'all know what to do. I just think that the Bears are in a much better situation now than they were in. Than it felt like they were in at the start of last season. It's still about how guys are going to get utilized, how Shane Waldron is going to develop quarterback play, how this Bears team as a whole is going to actually play on the field. Listen, we had names on this team last year that felt like they were really good names. If Keenan Allen comes out and he gives you 600 yards and 2 touchdowns, then you feel like the trade didn't work out. You feel very underwhelmed. But right now on paper, it looks like you have a lot of the answers. What's going on?
New machine.
All right. It looks like you all right over there, dog?
Yeah, keep going, man. Why is just go?
What's going on? You all right? You okay?
Close up. There you go.
You good? Okay. All right. No, I feel like you're in a perfect situation to go out there and continue to build up. And for the first time in my life, the Chicago Bears have built what seems to be a situation conducive to developing a quarterback. And that, to me, is the best thing that I can hope for. That's the one thing that now I look at and go, if the quarterback don't develop, maybe it's us. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's something about the city of Chicago. Maybe it's Soldier Field. Maybe it's the McCaskies themselves. Maybe it's like the ghost of Ted Phillips, who isn't dead, but like just the spirit hanging around of like, we got to underwhelm here. We can't figure out the quarterback position. Like, I have no idea what the answer is, but I've never seen a better situation in Chicago to develop a quarterback than what the Chicago Bears have right now. And, oh, by the way, with all of that on the team, you still have the number 1 overall pick. You still have the number 9 overall pick, and you have a ton of opportunity to do something there. So I love that. Let's keep this thing moving along. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. 343 in the building, hoping to have 343 people go over and sign up for the Patreon page. If we could get $5 from everybody, we keep everything moving kosher, because YouTube has deemed that we are not good enough to get our money on YouTube. And
no, they're slandering us, saying that
they kind of slandering us, bro.
They said we
kind of slandering.
We took stuff. It's like it's an insult. Like, we work on this stuff all the time, and you're creative, and then you're saying that we took something from somebody. Like, what is it that we did? I don't know.
At least tell me. That was my thing. I'm up till 1:00 in the morning last night just saying, at least tell me what I took, and I will take it down, or we will change it, blah, blah, blah. And the response literally was, we can't tell you what you took, but get in line with community guidelines. I'm like, what did I break? No strikes, none of that. So we're moving the daily show over to Patreon. Tune in with us over on Patreon. That link is in the description below. It's in the community tab. It is also in on my Twitter feed as well. And also, we got to tell you guys all about Underdog, man, before we get on to this next topic. But we got to rank where this Bears team is weapons-wise now in the NFC North. I think they might be a lot higher than people think. But first, I got to tell you guys all about the easiest way to get in on some NBA action. It's Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just pick higher or lower on your favorite or least favorite player stats, and you can win 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog keeps it super simple with their easy-to-use website, mobile apps. Pick between 2 and 5 players and fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right, and you can take home some cold, hard cash. Use the promo code TWCB. Get your first deposit doubled up by $500. My favorite part about Underdog right now is you can turn on the pick'em insurance. If you're not super sure about one of your picks, right? Well, maybe you got DeMar DeRozan over 28 points. I don't know about that one. I'm gonna take higher on that, but I'm not sure if that's the way that it's gonna go. You turn on the pick'em insurance. You give yourself a little bit of wiggle room if you're not as confident in that entry, and you can still go out there and win some money. So use the promo code TWCB to get your first deposit doubled up by $500 by Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy. Make sure to check the link in the description below to sign up with our code. All right, man. Let's keep this thing moving along. Let's keep the show moving along. We have to now look at where these Bears weapons rank. And you look at the offensive side as Joel has updated the roster over here.
Keenan Allen,
seeing more gold, seeing some more gold on there, and seeing some players that have some potential gold. Right? I look at Roshan Johnson as a guy that could be potential gold. I see Cole Kmet as a guy that could be potential gold coming into this season. There's some gold there.
I got to add the new tight end. I got to put him in there too.
That's if we go 12 personnel, but yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a backup tight end, so it makes sense that he's not in there. But when you look at the weapons that the Chicago Bears currently have, where do you rank the Chicago Bears roster in the NFC North? Just the offensive weapons. Where do you rank the Bears' weapons in the NFC North right now? I think you got to have the Lions. Lions won, right? You got Sam Laporta over there. You got Amon-Ra. You've got Jameson Williams. You've got not Jameson Williams. Yeah, Jameson Williams. You've got David Montgomery over there. You got some names. Jared Goff was an MVP candidate all until he wasn't. I think that is probably the number one in the division right now. But I can make a case to say that where the Chicago Bears are right now, are the Bears the second best offensive? Do the Bears have the second best offensive weapons in the NFC North right now?
Why are they not the first?
I think Detroit's proven.
Number ones?
Detroit's proven.
Well,
Detroit's proven. Like Amon-Ra, you know what he is. Laporta's an absolute monster, and he's a rookie. He's going into his second year. The running game is phenomenal, and you got the quarterback already there in place.
Who made the Pro Bowl? Amon-Ra didn't make it.
Yeah, but nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. Amon-Ra probably could have made the Pro Bowl.
He could have made it, but he didn't.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
I'm saying we got 2 Pro Bowl freaking receivers.
Yeah, nobody cares about the Pro Bowl, though, Joe. It's not
that
2005
matters. There's a reason. There's a kicker in your clause in your contracts. You make the Pro Bowl, there's bonuses. It does matter. We just got done saying how we want all pro players. It does matter.
I want all pro. I could care less about having Pro Bowlers.
I'm just saying that
Mitch was a Pro Bowler.
But he was a Pro Bowler by like something like tripped. He fell because nobody else made it. He was a alternate. He didn't earn it outright.
I think Amon-Ra was too.
No, he wasn't. He didn't make the Pro Bowl. Unless he made it at this. Am I wrong that he was an alternate? Yeah, as a reserve, Broadway Kobe. My point is that we have a legit bringing in Keenan Allen, which is a surprise.
Right.
Even at 32, he's still a problem. Now, he might only have a year or 2 left in the tank. But for now, this year, and then we have 2 tight ends, and then we got a running back that's also a Pro Bowler. We have some serious weapons.
Well, listen, Pro Bowler or not, Amon-Ra St. Brown this year had 1,500 yards.
I know, I was just being petty.
Receiving and 10 touchdowns. Calm down there, Ringo. I don't know, man. Like I think Detroit is one. I don't think that Minnesota's got some dogs, but it's kind of like, yes, they've got the dogs, but like who's throwing it to them, right? The offensive weapon also includes the quarterback that's throwing them the football.
Yeah.
Like who's throwing it to them? Like what are we doing there? Are we doing is it Sam Darnold right now? Sam Darnold's their quarterback?
That's what I'm saying. They don't even have a quarterback.
Hey, they got a quarterback. I don't know if how well he's going to play, but I mean, listen, you probably look a lot better with Justin Jefferson over there. Mm-hmm. Like I do think Justin Jefferson a weapon, Jordan Addison absolutely a weapon. Running game wise, I mean, they got rid of Dalvin Cook and held on to Alexander Madison, and I think that just did not work out. Like, and then you got Green Bay.
Uh-huh.
And I would say probably Green Bay's over Minnesota right now, not because of talent, but I think it's so top heavy. No, I'm not going to say that, actually. I take that back. Green Bay's probably 4.
You got them 4th?
Green Bay's probably 4 as far as weapons.
No.
Justin Jefferson is a menace by himself.
He does not overcompensate for all those other people. I'm going to actually I would say Bears.
You've got
Lions.
Minnesota 4?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the Packers.
Well, you know what? I'll take it back because we talk about weaponry as a whole. Josh Jacobs now being a Packer makes that a little bit more scary.
Yeah, I think it's like a tie with the 3 with the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, and then Minnesota just has basically Justin Jefferson and maybe Jordan Addison. But the quarterback, I mean,
Well, the Vikings added Aaron Jones too.
yeah, I mean, I like Aaron Jones.
I know you do because you wanted him.
Well, I wanted him because he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Let me get Aaron Jones over him. Like, he's 30.
On the scratch.
He's 30. We're paying 30-year-old running backs.
No, I'm just saying that based off of the weapons, first of all, let's just be real fair. Technically, the Lions are number one. They have a quarterback. They went to the NFC Championship, right? With what the Bears did, and if we have Justin Fields or even Caleb Williams, I would put them second because you have two number one receivers with a solid running back with two tight ends. Then I'm going to say right next to that is the Packers because you have to respect the Packers. They made the playoffs. The thing is that who's the receiver that always gets hurt?
Christian Watson. Christian Watson, yeah.
You know, but they did get the running back. I would put them like that. And then Minnesota.
Josh Jacobs. What was it? Jaden Reed's over there as well. Jaden Reed kind of had a nice.
I would put the Lions
finish
first
to the season last year.
Yeah, they have it, and then it's a second. The Bears and the Packers are close together because they're kind of going to be fighting who gets better, who's going to ascend as this offense. Like, you know, we don't even know what this offense can do because we have a new coordinator.
Yeah,
we kind of know what Green Bay's doing, and in Minnesota, no, I'm putting them last.
It's so weird too. Like, to even talk about the Bears being at that point. By the way, over 400 in the chat.
It's so
400.
Did we do 300?
We did 300. Didn't we do 300?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did 300. Over 300 in the chat. And over 400 in the chat. There we go. Nice long horn.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna have to flag that one.
Flag on me. That was crazy. That was insane. Jesus.
Kid got his third.
Of course, Kid's got his third. That's not surprising.
I mean, but I feel like it's close between the Bears and Packers. The way that they put, you know, this team together, right? Like, if we didn't get Keenan Allen, I'm putting the Packers ahead. But now with him, it's like we got a decent trio.
And I think that's what's tough, right? Like, let's be 100% real here. Just because Keenan Allen is the elder statesman, is Keenan Allen your number one? Like, there could be games where you're looking at Keenan Allen as the number one option.
It sounds like they're interchangeable. They're both like route runners.
I can do everything. Yeah, all of them can play any position.
But I don't think Keenan Allen is like the guy that's going to stretch the field as much. He's going to get you the third down conversions. He's going to be able to get behind. He's gotten a lot of praise. There's a reason he's got 6 Pro Bowls out of what, 8, 9 years? 11 years? Yeah. There's more Pro Bowls than that. I mean, he's solid.
Yeah, no, he listen, and that's my point. Like, the fact that you have Keenan Allen, the fact that you have DJ Moore, those are two guys you can move around anywhere. They can do whatever you need them to do.
Yeah.
They can play whatever game style you need them to play. And now you're talking about possibly picking up a rookie in the draft, maybe if you go receiver at some point that's able to step in, or maybe, right, you Tyler Scott's more in a position where he probably needs to be in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Than anything else, right? Do you see some development there? Like, you've got pieces now where this Bears offense could almost run with anybody you threw in there.
Mm-hmm.
If the coaching staff goes right. Like, I really feel like the Bears, I have to commend Ryan Poles. Like, we may be preparing for a season where this is the best offense we've ever seen. No matter who the quarterback is.
FNA Cotton, FNA,
yeah.
Like, that's like, you may be preparing for an off season or a 2024-2025 season where this is the best Chicago Bears offense that you've seen put together. And you can have multiple 1,000-yard receivers. I mean, like, we haven't seen this kind of combination since what? Alshon and B. Marsh?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even get to the playoffs.
Wait. That was the Trestman year?
We didn't get to the playoffs.
Did we not?
No.
Best
offense in the NFL didn't get there.
God, defense was trash.
Defense was trash that year.
Trash. Yeah, I guess I got to look that up. Well, yeah, what year was that?
2013?
13. Okay.
At 13?
Let me go back and look at that. I'll pull that up for a second. Go ahead.
Like, I look at it as if the Bears do anything on the offensive end this year, it was going to be a really good year because of how the defense is set up, how the defense finished out playing the season last year. could you see this being a not only just a playoff year, but a year where you almost look at the Bears as a competitive team hitting the ground running?
So technically, to your point, they were number 2 in 2013.
Were they 2? I
and
thought they
went
were 1.
8, huh?
I thought they were 1. Were
Like
they
number
2?
2 in offensive points. Like,
Offensive points. I think they were number
overall
1 in
rank,
yards. Yeah.
Actually, let me go back to that. We were number 4 in overall rank in 2018, number 6 in 2012. The Trestman years, we were like 21st and 27th. No. Well, we were second in points, but we were 8 and 8, didn't make the play. I don't think we made the playoffs. 2010, let me see. The other time that we were actually in 06, number 2 in offense. In 01, they were number 3 in offense. I'm sorry, did I say that? 01, yeah, 01, they were 13 and 3. They lost in the divisional round against the Eagles that year.
What year was Trestman? 2013?
Trestman was 2 years, 2013 and 2014. And offensive overall rank in points was 21st and 27th.
Why does that feel wrong?
Because it looked better.
No, because I feel like I thought our offense was ranked way higher than that.
If you look at offensive rank, let me rephrase that, dude. Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I'm sitting here,
no. It was overall rank. I apologize. Second, you're right. Second in points, offensive rank. And they were second.
I was about to say, I was like, that offense was cooking.
But
we couldn't stop anybody or their mom.
Yeah, I was looking at overall rank, but based off of defensive rank, 31st.
Yeah, defense was horrible. Woo. Yeah, everybody 30th, was old. They was trying to hold on to us too long. Yeah, it was bad.
30th, 31. So then that means if I'm right, okay, so 06, we were number 2 in offense, as well as defense, we were number 3. So I feel like my thing is we're mirroring that type of team. That's why I keep going back and referencing Tommy Harris and referencing Mike Brown. Like building, no, it's a cover 2 defense. It's a very similar kind of defense, and then the offense is going to be way better. So yeah, outside of that, I mean, 1995.
Oh, it's not good. The offensive years start to gap real quick.
It's a lot of I mean, even the 85 Bears is number 2 in offense and number 1 in defense. But that goes to show you like this misnomer about the defense is. You need a balanced team to win.
I think more times than not, you need a great defense. Like
you need
when,
both.
When people sit there and talk about defense doesn't win championships, it's like. Or the age of defense winning championships is over. That was an argument for a little while because Pat Mahomes was able to sit there and go out there and do so much, right? Because the offense in the NFLs were carrying them throughout playoffs and stuff. Listen, you still had to have some kind of defense. And the Super Bowl, if anything, this year showed you that. Yeah. Because the better offense realistically was the San Francisco 49ers offense. And they couldn't move the football this year. Or in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean they couldn't get over on that Chiefs defense.
I wouldn't say that. It's just a matter of will. It's the coaching. It's like when you got two, top the offense against the defense, it's a chess match. Like now it's anybody's game to get there. But you're rolling through the season. Like you don't do that by accident. And a lot of times these teams that have won pretty much have a good balanced squad. Very rarely, I mean, when I think maybe the 01 Ravens, but they had like not only was it just the number 1 offense, I mean, they had over 2,000 yards rushing with a very average quarterback, but they had one of the best defenses with the best running game, period. When you look at now, like Tom Brady's teams have won in different phases. At one point, it's a really good defense.
Yeah.
Going up against the Rams with the best offense. And then it turns into like a snooze fest, right? Because they cancel each other out. So it's after a while, it's the metal. It's who's got the grit to go ahead and win that game, So a lot of times, but you still I think you need both to win.
No, for sure. And I think that's I would rather have it the way that the Bears have it right now. I would rather be set up the way the Chicago Bears are going into 2024 right now.
Yeah.
You look at this team right now, defensively, there's some things I would like for them to add. They're defensive pieces that I thought that they could have added, but they've chosen to go offense, which I'm not mad at. They've chosen to sit there and go on the offensive side. Okay, we're going to get offensive linemen. We're going to go get receivers. We're building this offense up. All right, bet. What's the defense doing? Well, you had a defense that finished out last season leading the NFL in interceptions. Okay, what we had on the defensive side, we added a ball hawking safety who's got 28 career interceptions, who had a down year last year because both the teams he was on were going through turmoil. You got the Tennessee Titans, who are basically a terrible defense overall. Then he goes over to Philly, who's like trying to figure out who's calling the plays at all. Now he comes here to Chicago, so you've got a ball hawking safety being added to this as well. You're in a position right now where you're building out this offense. You start things off with this offense. Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, I don't care who, JJ McCarthy, Jobu. Like, put Jobu back there. Jobu could throw passes to this crew. I mean, like,
I could be a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, it's you start to look at the weaponry you built out on the offensive side, and you say, "Oh wow, like we're actually good on both sides of the ball going into the season."
Well,
and it's not just blind optimism.
Well, it's not that. It's also building a team where it's not this flash in the pan. Like, I'm looking at this history. We've had the number one defense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times since '85. We've been the number one defense 6 times. But, like, have we been able to have sustained success?
Well, we've been top 10. I think more so you want to have like one of those top 5 defenses in there. We've been top 5.
So let's, we'll get out of the 80s. We'll go back to the rebuild, because that defense was a good defense. So we go past, say, 90. Once Dicker was fired, so 93. Defense, so Wanstead comes in. He's got the third best defense and a 10th. And then it's 22, 12, 29, 23, 20, 20. And Jerron comes in. It took him a couple of years. So in Jerron's third year, they had the number one defense. And then he fell off. Then it was 25th, 22nd, the 13th. I mean, when Lovey comes in, he's the 13th, and then number 1, and then number 3. Then it's 16, 16, 21, 4 with Lovey, 14, and then third with Lovey. And Trestman comes in, it just goes.
Yeah, it was gone. It was
30th, 31st.
Who's our DC that year? Mel Tucker?
Mel Tucker.
Was that Mel Tucker in there, or was Mel Tucker with John Fox?
He was with Trestman.
Was he Trestman or Fox?
He was with Trestman because
they bungled. Fox
they were supposed to take Arians.
Yeah,
they didn't take Arians.
Yeah.
And because oh my God, I cannot remember the old dude that used to be the defensive coordinator for Tampa Bay, and he was also our defensive coordinator. And he went down to Dallas. He walks kind of funny, and he knows that's how Eberflus knows him, because he worked in his staff. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. But the point is that
he was the DC here.
He was a DC here, and he quit because
Ron Turner. No, it's OC.
The
DC.
Y'all know oh man, what's his name? I keep forgetting this guy's name. But the point is that not being able to draft and build with sustained success, because firing Smith, getting rid of D'Angelo, what happened?
Marinelli, V-Dog, Wade Phillips.
No, Rob Marinelli.
Oh, Rob Marinelli.
Yes.
I love V-Dog. V-Dog said we weren't born, Joe. Please, enough previous history. I would have. I mean, you got to be born for something.
We weren't born, Joel. Please, V-Dog.
That's pretty funny.
You know what, V-Dog? That's what we're going to do. We're here to entertain.
Hey, I'm with it, bro.
Educate you.
I'm with it, bro.
You.
I am with it.
My point is that the history we want to. I think what Poles is doing is something that is not repeating history, and we're building a team. He's believing in the defensive players that he just picked. If he's believing in Dexter, he's believing in Pickens, which might be one of those situations why they didn't make a move to get a defensive end. Like, everybody's like, oh, you're going to do this, going to do that. He's building through the draft. And because you have these cheap contracts that stick around for a while, you can do that.
Yeah.
And maybe we have some sustained success. Oh, Don Burr. What's up,
Don Burr? Welcome back.
We got a Don Burr. Wow, what's happening,
Look at Don. We ain't heard from Don since the Lions lost.
Don Burr. What's going on?
I didn't know Don was still. I thought Don was gone, bro.
How you been, man?
I ain't know. I still owe him that jersey. I gotta sit on that mud. I still owe him that jersey.
That jersey.
That jersey going on 2 years. The first time he asked me for a player, it was a whole different player. I got to get him that jersey. We going through some things, Don. They took our money. Don. But no. I think what's hilarious about this whole situation with the Bears and what they're building this year and what they could be this year and how it's all panning out is Bears Twitter has probably become the worst place in the world to this point. And this may turn into one of the best rebuilds that the Bears have ever done.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Bears Twitter has turned into like, you got to wake up every day and just be like, good morning. All right, honey, I'll see you later. And you like open the door and just throw a grenade out the start. Justin Fields is a running back. Boom. Oh, God. Caleb Williams paints his nails. Boom. Oh, here we go. Like, you got to start right there. And then all of a sudden you're able to start your day. Like, and this might end up being the best rebuild that the Bears have been able to pull off since. Dog, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gotta happen. But the way that it's set up, this could be the best rebuild the Bears have ever gone through.
It is. Because they did it.
I can't say that. 85.
No.
Like as you building that team and throughout the 80s, that's probably the best rebuild.
Well,
you got what, 4 Hall of Famers in one draft? Like that's hard to do.
Well, you gotta remember that's like one of those gap years. That 83 draft or something like that, it netted you a bunch of players. The same thing here. If you flip that number 1 pick and can get more draft picks to get more talent, you could rival that. It's like the Cowboys. It's getting extra players to create a dominant team. So this could be, for the record, this is the greatest. When have we ever had 2 number 1 picks in a row? And on top of that, we actually hit on some of these picks.
Well, I just think that like when you see, you have to see it all play out. This is setting up to be possibly the greatest. If this ends in championship, it is the greatest.
We got 5 in the chat.
Yeah, 495.
Oh, I'm at 495. Calvin's over there. You know,
he got a little hype. Maybe he's seeing 500 on his side already.
We got 500. 490. We lost 3.
No, see, look what you're doing. Like I don't know what's it. You stopped. Oh, they said we got over 500 in the chat. 500. I didn't see it. Maybe we missed it. But I think realistically speaking, right? Like you look at this rebuild, and if it ends in championship, then yeah, this is the greatest Chicago Bears rebuild of all time. Ryan Poles was able to pull it off. And if you want to crown him, then crown him. You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
We're still seeing 492. I don't see 500 yet.
Yeah, maybe it's just on the YouTube side. You know, Restream be tweaking sometimes. Over 500 in the chat.
You got it?
Yeah, 500.
I don't see it.
500.
There it is, 503.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Like, let's be real. Yeah, I mean, like this is if Ryan Poles wins, God.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got to whoop. Oh, no, not that one.
No, which one you got there?
That's a good one.
Which one you got there?
I got Poles right there, but we got whoop.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's in Poles we trust, baby.
Come on, man. Keep building
I got
the squad.
these picks, man. I got these picks.
Yeah. No, I think when he had an assistant GM, that told me like, oh, snap.
Hey, right.
That told me something right there.
Did he say he needs help? Did he say he can't do it alone? I love it. This guy's figured it out. Meanwhile, Ryan Pace comes in. He's like, nah, let's keep everybody out of the room, and I'm just going to draft Mitch in the secrecy of night.
I'm going to do, yeah. What do you want to do, coach?
Huh? What?
Pivot.
Yeah, pivot. No. Hey, man, appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. We're going to take a quick break.
Shout out to Cal.
To give a shout out to our sponsors over at Aura. And then when we come back, we've got the Friday free-for-all. I've got some really, really good stories for this Friday, so make sure to stay tuned in with us on that as well. I think Joel's got some interesting stuff as well. All that and more coming up. Make sure to stay tuned in with us, man. We'll be right back. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Welcome back to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. 450 in the building. I need 450 people over on the Patreon side because the daily show will be over on Patreon starting this coming Monday because YouTube is out here hating on you boys. So we got to do what we got to do to make this thing be able to stay afloat. Appreciate all of you that will go over there. Appreciate all of you that will support. I understand the people that won't support, and that's okay because we'll still have content coming out on YouTube as well, just not the full daily show. So tune in with us over there as well. All right, Joe, let's get into the Friday free-for-all, where we get to talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about. And, oh, I got some stories for us today, my guy. Any day I get to start off by cooking New York is a good day. And speaking of cooking, there seems to be a little bit of an epidemic going on in New York. I saw this on Twitter a couple of times, and it started back in December. The rat problem in New York has gotten so bad, people have started cooking the rats. Dog,
That was a perfect setup. I wouldn't even.
How bad does your rat problem have to be when somebody just, and listen, it's not like these mugs are cooking like, you know, Chicago rat. We got rats, right? We got some big boys out here.
No, that's like Eddie Murphy. A big rat. A big rat.
Bro, hey, I saw one of these rats, right? I saw one of these rats. They had it on Twitter. And it was like one of the, like, it was a Chicago size rat. Like, what we get? They'd be like that. Yeah, I mean, they'd be running around like that. And it like ran out. And then something like grabbed it by the tail and snatched it back in. And then Master Splinter stuck his head out from underneath this trash can. And it was a probably that may be a little bit generous. I'd say probably head to tail to a 3-foot rat came out of there. Dog, they're cooking those type of rats. My question to you is, how much money is going to take to get you to eat one of them rats, dog? How much is going to cost to get you to get in on one of them rats, bro? It's probably, and by the way, it's Mexicans cooking it. The season is probably fire.
Oh my God, I can't even believe you bringing this up, dude.
Oh yeah, Friday free for all, baby. We get to talk about everything.
I'm a free for all that. Right back to you, Pat.
Hey, bro, it's probably not that bad.
All right, man.
It's probably not that bad, bro.
You know what? No, bump that. Where's my goddamn credits at?
just
I didn't load the credits. I gotta load this.
You didn't load up the credit. Don't worry. Hey, Joe.
Throw
the camera your way.
Yeah.
Put the camera on you.
Me?
Yeah, get in it.
What a jerk.
Dog.
Jeez.
Hey, bro, I saw that and I was just like, bro, they out here cooking rats, bro. And you know somebody's out there eating and they not gonna know and they gonna be like, hey, I ain't gonna lie.
You know what?
It's probably not that bad.
I think we've been eating them. When I go to Liang's, I'm just kidding.
Wow, Joe. All right.
Sorry.
And there goes the demonetization, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Joel for giving us a reason.
I'm just saying, man. Everybody knows that's the joke.
Jesus, Joel.
You're not the
right.
only one.
Taking it straight to Rumble. Here we go. We're over on Kick now.
Right. Thank you, Henry Wallace Ghost. Thank you. I'm not.
Hey, listen. So here's another one that I had that I thought was interesting, and I know it's going to make your blood boil. Gen Z, this would be your generation of children, but you're raising them the right way. So because I talk sports with Cameron.
Shout out to Cameron.
Has a trend going around TikTok that is, how done are we with the 90s?
Oh, I saw
where
that's
they're
so
pulling
disrespectful.
90s basketball clips basically to say that 90s basketball
So terrible.
was not competitive at all, and that's why Michael Jordan has as many points as he has, and that's why Charles Barkley looks the way he looks, because their logic is Charles Barkley would never look that way in the NBA, which is hilarious because he was actually killing people that were trying to like punch him in the air. So like with these skinny mugs that's running around the NBA now, like there's no way that Charles Barkley wouldn't be cooking. But like scale of 1 to 10, how disrespectful is Gen Z basically just throwing anything that didn't happen before I was born? And what is that, 2003? 2000? When did Gen Z start? 02?
My kids are born in 06 and 08. So
Your kids are definitely Gen Z. Like, there's no way.
it's just par for the course. It's this people don't respect where everything came from. It's the same thing like in hip hop. When you go back and listen to early hip hop, for example, why they sound like that? Yabba dabba doo dabba dabba da. But if you don't do that, you don't get to where we're at now.
No,
You know?
because I will say this. There's a difference. There was some really good rappers in 70s and 80s rap that could really rap. And you also had the Bills, Deals, House on the Hills. Everybody knows all fish have gills, right? Like, yeah, I mean, like you had your mix of guys. Like I think that's a little bit different.
It's not that. It's just that what happens is the creativity that comes from that.
Yeah.
It creates these avenues and lanes of who can do what. So yeah, when you come out with a hip hop, the hip hop, you don't stop the rock.
With the bang,
You know what I'm
bang.
saying?
I thought you was gonna keep going. I was
I'm
gonna
just
jump
saying,
in on
man.
that, boy. Hold
But
on now.
if you don't get that, then you don't get to Run DMC,
Yeah.
you know, and then you get LL, and then
Yeah.
you go to Rakim, and Rakim, boom,
Yeah.
Daddy Kane, and all these other guys, and it's just this great. So in the NBA, if you don't have David Thompson, you don't have Dr. J. Without Dr. J, you don't inspire Mike. Without Mike, you don't inspire the entire 90s basketball culture. Because it turned
Well,
into
I think what changed is now it was options, right? Like think about it. Basketball was a height. Like if you were tall, you were great. You know what I mean? Like if you were 7'1",
you had a shot.
you had a shot. Yeah, I mean, like
I know 6'6".
Listen, you wasn't gonna be Will.
Dude.
Look, you wasn't gonna be Will. You wasn't gonna be Bill. But you probably were playing in the NBA if you were 6'10" and up. Like you weren't just walking around.
Right.
And I think that that's the thing that changed, because when you get to the David Thompsons, when you get to the Dr. J's, you start to get the idea in people's minds that like, I ain't gotta be 7 foot to be great at this. I don't have to be like Jerry West was an anomaly.
Well, that was the point.
The Jerry West of the NBA, where you was Jerry West 6'5",
6'5",
6'6"?
shooting guard, yeah.
You wasn't building teams around that. That was an anomaly.
Yeah, but you had to develop your game to do those type of things where you could sustain and be a successful player, and then other people emulate that thing, right? But if the disrespect of your elders is basically what we keep getting all the time, you know, and it's just frustrating because it's like if you don't have the 90s basketball, you don't get to even Iverson.
Yeah.
Because with Rod Strickland, Kenny Anderson, all those
Isaiah
Thomas, like
Isaiah Thomases weren't walking around the NBA
exactly
in the 70s and 80s.
But if you don't have Isaiah, you don't get Rod.
Yeah.
And Kenny.
Yeah.
And then from there, you don't get the Iversons. And when Iverson crosses Mike, oh my God, boom.
Now here come the handles.
You got God Sham God.
Now you get Kyrie Irving. I know kids
and
in the
now
chat.
you got Kyrie. Exactly.
I know
And
kids
so
in the chat.
now it's like, oh, everybody acts like this didn't exist anymore. It's like you don't get that. And of course, the rules changed for the NBA too.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Hey,
the three-point line wasn't even there in the mid-'80s.
Hey,
I
listen.
think 82, 83 is when he came in.
And then they was moving it around in the 90s. Nobody talking about that.
Exactly.
We don't speak about that. The 3-point line moved in what?
Joe about to catch.
Would move in too. Hey, I knew this was gonna get Joel going. But you know what I respect about it and what I don't respect about all these Gen Z mugs that are coming out now. You hear how we talk about the 70s and 80s. You hear how we talk about the 60s. There's still a level of respect for the people that built it.
Yeah.
There's a level of respect for the generation that came before us. Gen Z don't have that to me. And I think it unfortunately it seems overwhelmingly, maybe it's the overwhelming voice and maybe not the overwhelming majority. But a lot of people that I talk to, it's just like, well, Mike wasn't really playing against nobody. Somebody literally said, dog, Mike wasn't playing against nobody. Who's Clyde Drexler?
Oh my God, 5 slammer jammer! Like, come on, man.
I was like, dog, like what? Like Clyde Drexler was good enough that like he was so good that Portland was like, we actually don't need another shooting guard.
This is the real issue.
Now they was wrong,
The-
but
The real issue is that you have access to see these things. You did not have the ability at that time where you had access to watch a lot of these players,
Yeah.
and you'd never seen things done before.
Yeah.
So now that this generation has seen the most ultra athletic competition ever seen, we got guys jumping in the air, doing the dunks that you've never seen before.
hey, the dunk contest now would have blown y'all minds in the
Oh my,
90s. This year's
boom,
dunk contest,
yeah.
because you had never seen it, y'all would have.
And so that the barometer is there, but if you don't get the boring, Dr. J
it was
with the fro.
It was some bad,
But see,
I ain't gonna lie, when it was like when Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon beat it, and then you start to look back at some of the dunk contests before, they was like, well, the bar wasn't that high. Like Blake jumped over a car.
but you
And
didn't
the
see
hood
that.
of a car.
No,
Like,
it wasn't that, because Steve Francis and those guys were one of the first guys that had 40-some inch verticals.
Yeah.
And Vince Carter. Like,
well, no,
Vince was one of the first.
Who did it? It was Spud. Wasn't Spud in the dunk?
I mean, well, he's 5'8". We're talking about
Yeah,
like,
he had a 49-inch vertical.
yeah, because he was 5'8". The whole point was like, you had,
Because he was 5'8", he
you
had a
didn't see-
49-inch vertical.
but I mean, Mike and all those guys could jump, but my point is that it's the moment, and at that time you didn't see that type
Yeah.
of stuff. So now you can go back and watch it, and you're like, ugh, what was this? Like, it's lackluster. But the first time you saw Kenny Skywalker do a 360, whatever, that was amazing. We'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
But now, it's just disrespectful of understanding at that time the relevance of those moments at that time.
Yeah, and I think that's the part that it does make it disrespectful. It almost makes it hilarious, because it's like you're willing to disrespect that era of players. But somebody in here said it. They said Kyrie would have been, Kyrie would have absolutely destroyed in the 90s. You don't get Kyrie without the guys in the 90s.
You
You
don't.
don't get, and I believe that Kyrie Irving has the best handles of all time, but guards weren't allowed to do that in the 90s, really.
Well, you know what?
Guards wasn't allowed to play like that in the 90s. You couldn't be sitting there for 17 seconds of a 24-second shot clock, and you got the ball in your hand for all of it, and you sitting there trying to cross somebody. You couldn't do that.
But you know what's happening? In full circle, we'll swing it back to the Caleb Williams stuff. Who's his favorite quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. You weren't used to seeing a mobile quarterback that can make all the little throws and little side this and that, and it's inspiring a next generation of people to play a certain way. If you watch some of the quarterback play back then, you watch John Elway, he's hurting to get them yards.
Facts.
But
Fact.
that joker did a scissors kick.
John,
The scissors move.
when they hit him both sides, he did a full flip and landed in the end
He
zone.
ran
Yeah,
a
that was scary.
5'6", 40. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, but it was like at that time, whoa,
A 5'6", 40.
greatest athlete.
Greatest athlete alive, they say.
Man.
Shout out Shane Gillis, man. What else did I have for the Friday free for all? I did want to touch on this before we get up out of here. For
Thanks,
the Jake
Fat Boy.
Paul Mike Tyson fight that's coming up. Tyson looks terrifying.
He's
Have you
still-
seen the training videos he's been putting out?
Well, I mean, yeah.
He knocked the glove off his trainer's hand, and the trainer just went, "I'm so glad that didn't hit me."
I wish he
Mike
would actually
Tyson
beat
looked
him.
terrible,
I wish
bro.
he would actually beat him. Like, I don't want Logan.
I think it's gonna be a
Logan Paul
show.
to be done. No, I don't want a show. I want
think
him
it's
to
gonna
lo-
be
I
a
want him
show.
to lose.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a draw.
Yeah.
No, you can't box. Sit
Yeah.
down.
I think it's gonna be a show.
No.
I think it's just gonna be WWE for boxing. But bro, hey, if it's a real fight, bro, hey,
No.
Jay Paul might need help.
No, I'll be happy if the same thing happened with Mayweather, where he got knocked out and he stood him up. Just knock the win out of him. Knock him
And that
down a
might
couple-
be for real. You know what? You're right. You forget about that because that wasn't a real fight, right? It wasn't like a sanctioned.
It was a
Whether you
Apollo
would-
Creed.
Right. It was
Ivan Drago
it was an
fight.
exhibition fight.
It's just an exhibition.
That's exactly
It's
what.
just an exhibition.
Hey, bro. And his brother was sitting there like, you just gave Floyd his first loss ever. And everybody was looking at him like, Floyd hit that man 17 times. I don't even know if Jake hit him.
Oh no, what's that Damon Wayans boxing movie? Oh,
It's a Damon Wayans boxing.
yeah, it
movie?
was so funny. It had like Method Man in there. It had Samuel Jackson. It had John Lovitz. But the Great White Hope or Hype or something like that. And the guy
I
hit
don't know
him.
if I've even seen
No,
this.
Damon Wayans was running. He didn't. He was like, I'm not even gonna train for this dude. He's running down the street, and then they zoom out. He's running to the ice cream truck trying to get some ice cream. He got fat. He got to the weigh-in. He had gained like 30 pounds.
Osiris said, "Great white hype." That might be my
So
movie
he's
tonight.
sitting
I
there
don't know if I've
boxing the
seen
dude,
this.
and the guy knocked. He said, "You trying to embarrass me on national TV?" He ding, knocked the dude out. I would love to see that happen. Like, please, just get the Logan brothers out of here.
You know what I want? Here's truly what I want. I want it's supposed to be a skit, and then Jake hit Tyson for real in the face. And Tyson wake up. That's really what I want. Have you heard, bro? I'm telling you, bro. Go find the clip of Tyson when that man is sitting there talking about how he's tried to kill the fighter inside of him.
Yeah.
He said, "You just feel so small. You don't know what to do." He's like crying while he says, he's like, "The beast inside of you is dying, but you know that it can wake up at any moment." Hey man, hey, we're here, right? Come back to me. Like, don't you snap, bro. I just want him to like hit him, and Tyson be like, "Wait a minute, I'm a boxer." Just start going to town.
Yeah, just go ahead and just regroup, come back, take this dude out. So,
oh man, hey man, that's the Friday free for all. What else you got? Oh, you had one. What you
the
have?
only thing I had was about the Anthony Joshua.
Speaking of getting knocked out,
Francis,
Jesus,
man, he put that dude to sleep,
bro.
And I love the heavyweight division. I wish. It was good to see Anthony Joshua come back. And I didn't realize that. I forgot that. That's right. Francis had knocked out the big boy, Tyson
Deontay
Fury.
Wilder? Oh, Tyson Fury.
But they gave him a decision to Tyson.
He had knocked him down. Yes, he knocked him down. He didn't knock him out. He knocked him down. Yeah.
But that dude always gets knocked down.
Can't box.
He's a big dude. He can box.
He can't box.
He reminds me of,
him and Deontay can't box.
Oh, not Deontay. No, he's just a whaler. He's too raw.
Bro, I remember watching Deontay Wilder fights. He literally got one fist out. He got his left fist out to measure the distance in a real fight. And then he just swung and he caught this dude in the side of the head. And I was like, well, he's dead.
Yeah. No, he goes in
Pick
the
him
rage
up off
mode.
the mat.
I mean, I like Wilder. I just hate that he was out. He's not a boxer.
Yeah.
He's a a bruiser. He's just a street fighter in a sense.
Yeah.
Because he loses all of his training and he loses all his discipline
Too quickly.
And then it's
second somebody,
wailing.
And that's what I wanted to happen with Tyson. Like, the second Jake Paul hit him in the face, all that acting go out the window.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Remember, Monday we will be over on Patreon for the daily show. We'll still post certain clips over here on YouTube. But if you haven't signed up, link is in the description below. Link is in the community tab. Hope to see all of you over there. And appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. For super producer Joel Holder, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Hey, Ryan, keep it up, brother. Peace.